Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of South by Südwest, getting ready to start Season 2 with SV ELVERSBERG. I'm Mr. Cellophane. If you've been enjoying the series so far, make sure you drop a like at the bottom of the video. Also, put a comment in there. Let me know what you thought about the last episode where we were kind of doing that season recap. I know I was kind of like all over the place. I'm doing everything on the fly, and I didn't really get to everything I wanted to get to, and maybe some of the presentation was a bit off, so I'd love your suggestions on how we can make that better, or if you just didn't like it at all, then we scrap it. But we are starting this episode on the page of Manuel File, who was pretty much forgotten. I talked about this last time. Pretty much forgotten for the second half of the season as an option on the right wing. Well, in this preseason, he really wanted us to remember who he was. 9 appearances, 8 of them starts, 7 goals, 2 assists, including one from the penalty spot, and a 7.7 rating in the preseason. So he really has cemented himself as our right wing, if not of the future, then at least of the present. 29 years old. He's still contracted through the end of 2026. Now, the transfer window is open. We have done some business, and lots of players going out. Well, most of these guys, Adonis Matai, Dylan Downey, Robin Schön, and Jan Schrunk, they were all like B-teamers, U19s that just were never going to make the grade. In fact, we got an A- from the board on every single one of these transfers because they knew that they were just not good enough. Arne Zicker, mentioned this before, out to Vitesse for 60,000 euros. We also moved on from Joseph Boyamba. Again, another guy who kind of fell by the wayside. We never really felt comfortable 100% playing him. He just didn't really show anything when he was out on the pitch. And we decided that we were just going to move on. He was very unhappy with us because we didn't keep a playing time promise, but he just wasn't stepping up, and our starters were doing such an excellent job on either side in Rochelt and Vonner last season. So we just decided it was time to cut bait, send him off to Hansa Rostock, who just got relegated, by the way, into the Dritte Liga for 135,000. And then, surprisingly, we also parted company with our starting number 10, Paul Stock. He was also starting to become an issue. He felt like he was worth more. And to be fair, most of our players were earning the money they were earning in the Dritte Liga. You remember, last season was our first in the Zweite Bundesliga. He wanted a raise. He was making about $2,000 a year. He wanted about 10 grand. And I did not see fit to giving him 10 grand. So we put him up on the market. His agent brought us SC Heerenveen. A couple of other clubs were also in for him. We started the bidding at 650,000. He ended up going for, I believe, 875 to SC Heerenveen. He's only making 5,500 a week. So less money than he was asking here. But I say good riddance to bad rubbish. We just do not want anything that is going to affect our team harmony, which we will also get to in just a minute. Now for the ins. The first is 21-year-old Greek-German dual national striker Angelos Stavridis. He can also play on either wing, although frankly he's more right-footed than left. 5'8". We got him on a free. And we got him for pretty cheap. So he is going to either be on the bench. He's going to rotate through, probably get some time with the B team as well. I like his amount of flair, great technique, and he can dribble and he can finish. He's a pretty agile player as well. Some cons, little inconsistency. He might not quite be up to snuff for this level just yet. But we've got him through 2028, and I believe we also have a 2-year... No, we don't have a... Yeah, I thought we had an extension clause on him. But we do have him for 5 years, so that is very good. Aaron Manu, we've talked ad nauseum about. Brought him in on loan from RW Essen, who also got relegated this past season. Brought him in. We brought him in for 6 months, but his contract was ending with them. We brought him in on a free transfer. He's going to be starting the season on the bench. Lars Gindorf is part of the reason why I was very comfortable in letting Stock go. He is going to be our starting number 10. Very physical. Strength is kind of fair to middling. Stands at 6 foot. Great vision, passing. Good off the ball as well. A great dribbler. He's got nice first touch. I think he's really going to really solidify that center of the pitch and give us exactly what Stock was giving us for far less money and for far longer. He also is signed through 2028 on just $2,700. So he, as you know, saved money on that position. He also has a 1-year extension after playing 5 league matches in the final season, as long as we don't get relegated. So he technically is signed through 2029. Henrik Zook is not typically the type of signing I would make. 34 years old, wingback. He's got a decent amount of pace still. The only reason he is here, to be perfectly honest with you, is we did not have anybody that we could definitely count on to back up Maurice Neubauer. I mean, there's Fisnik Aslani, who was on our U19s. In fact, he still technically should be there. He came in through our youth intake, and he is just not ready for prime time. In fact, he is on the U19s right now. So Henrik Zook, $28,000 a week. We signed him for 2 years, probably part company this coming year if we can find somebody. And the only player that we actually paid a fee for, paid $195,000 for Rafael Aldieti, a 19-year-old. He is a citizen of Poland, Nigeria, and Germany, but he was born in Saarbrücken. So he counts, even though he is, I believe, declared for Poland internationally. 6'5". He's got some pace. In fact, just physical. Like, one of the things I noticed after I stopped recording the last video was that the strength of our team was quite lacking. So I really wanted to kind of beef up that back line. Now, he's going to be starting on the bench. We'll see how things go in this first match before we get anywhere. Now, financially, we're still in a very good shape. We've got $5 million in the bank because of, sales and whatnot. We still have $1 million to spend in the transfer budget and about 29,000 euros worth of room in the wage bill. So we may still do some more business. Sadly, it's been a little bit tough. There are still reputation issues. There are a couple of big names that we were going after that just said, I want nothing to do with your club, even if we came to an agreement with their team. Do have an issue with Nicholas Kristoff. He wants to move to a bigger club. He's our starting goalkeeper. Tried to bring in somebody who's currently in the Bundesliga, and, well, that didn't work out. The pickings are kind of slim when you're just looking in Saarland. So he's definitely contracted for this year. He's not willing to talk about an extension right now, which is kind of sad, but it is what it is. Looking at the dynamics, we finally have our team cohesion in the green. Our club atmosphere is very good, and our managerial support is okay. It's going down a little bit. Something I found very interesting, though, when I came to the hierarchy, just a single player supports me, and that is Conte. But when you look at the happiness, Bombase Conte is very unhappy. He won't say why he's very unhappy, but he's very unhappy. I've kind of marginalized him a little bit, and yet for some reason, he still loves me. So we are set to start this season where we ended up, and that is on the road in Nürnberg. And here's how we are going to shape up. Kristoff is going to be in goal. Neubauer and Fellhauser are going to man the fullback positions. The center backs are going to be Leoncourt and Sicklinger. Carlos Sicklinger getting an opportunity to show his stuff. He is a talented player. Again, he didn't really get much of a chance last year. Sami Shaheen, who is, I believe, our highest paid player now when we signed him to a 3-year extension. He was wanted by clubs. He has a ton of value to him, so I think that he's probably a better player than we've been giving him credit for. So he is going to start in the midfield next to Luca Dernholz. Gindorf is going to be at the 10, flanked on either side by Yannick Rochelt and Manuel Feil. And we are going to start the season with Luca Schnellbacher up top. Our bench is going to be our backup goalkeeper, Tim Boss. Adieli is going to be there. Bombase Conte. Martinovic. Lucas Pinkert, who was out on loan last year. We're going to probably give him some opportunities at right back throughout the season. Gabriel Adrakawi. Joshua Mies. Hendrik Zook. And Aaron Manu with Stavridis. Luca Weiss, who is Weiss, I should say. No, Weiss. Weiss. Anyway. I digress. He was on our B team last year. He's on our B team again this year. Patrick Dragon and Salif Cisse not quite making the cut for this match. So, can we do what we did last time? Last time we managed a 3-1 victory in this very match. We're going to send them out there with no pressure because we are once again predicted to get relegated. In fact, we are actually viewed by the media worse this year than we were last year. Last year, they predicted us to come 16th. This year, we are predicted to come in dead last. However, the odds of us winning the league are not nearly as long as they were last year. And we are underway. Elversberg in the white. Nürnberg in the dark kit. File over to Dernholz. Showing a little bit of flair so far in the early going here. I don't know why these guys are bunching up, but I'm sure there's reasons. Ball played. Kastrop's going to step in front of that, and that was a little bit of a weak pass there by Fellhauer. He's going to have to do just that little bit better. Sadly, we were not able to get Vandermersch back in this season. I think it was with Kahn. They just were like, nope. We're keeping him. We want to give him a shot in the first team, but thank you very much for giving him all of that playing time so he could develop into the right back we need him to be. Flick carrying it deep towards the near corner. Oh, come on. This is how we're going to start the season. Really. This is how we're going to start the season. Please tell me it's no pen. They gave him the penalty. All right, Christoph. Let's see if you got some magic left in you. Chan Uzun delivers, and it's 1-0 Nuremberg. Oh, brother. We can't keep shooting ourselves in the foot like that. I mean, I thought it was a clean tackle. I don't need to see the penalty replays. I thought it was a clean tackle. Obviously, the referee and VAR disagreed. We don't need the scores on there. There's no score between Kaiserslautern and Fortuna Düsseldorf and Wien Wiesbaden. Hertha Berlin, no score, of course, as soon as I open my mouth. Kaiserslautern takes a 1-0 lead. Just the one shot on goal, not even on target. Guys, come on. All right, let's see what we can do off of the throw-in here. I mean, it's going to take a little while for us to kind of get our act together. I don't see us getting relegated. I think we're going to be okay. File, come on, settle down, man. You were so good in the preseason. Kastrop in control, quickly played ahead. Chan Uzun, get in front. Come on. Okanundi, oh, come on. Daffner scores. Christoph looked horrible. What is going on with this team? What on God's green earth has gone wrong with this team? We've made just the File is starting. He didn't start last year. Our center backs, okay, are different. Okanuki's his shot. Christoph should have seen that all the way, and yet for some reason he did not. And we're going to go into the locker room after 45 minutes, trailing 2-0 on the road. This is probably the absolute worst start. And our assistant wants us to tell them they're doing well. We got ourselves a new assistant, by the way. Yeah, we were terrible in the first half. Game is pretty much over. Do I make changes? Not yet. Not yet. We're gonna tough it out as Nuremberg starts off the second half. Handwerker. Handwerker. What a name. Wonder what his favorite hobby is. Nice job on the back check by Fellhauser. Oh, God. Luca Schnellbacher is out. He is injured. What kind of injury is this? Potential thigh injury. That could be really bad. So Dominik Martinovic, come on in. Didn't see a lot of time last year. I think just 4 appearances overall. Don't think he scored a goal. Maybe 1 if he even had that opportunity. So hopefully we can turn things up. We're going to go a little bit more positive. Maybe kind of get things churning. Our tactic is the same. I guess it's all the same, but only the names have changed. Leoncourt, Zickinger, Shaheen in the way, File in the way. These are all guys, obviously Gindorf, guys that did not play. All right, that was bad. Rochelt is having a game, and that is not a good thing to have. So Conte is going to come in on that left side. Going to hold off on any other moves for a couple of minutes. We've got 4 shots, none of them on target. We have to demand more from our team. I don't want to berate them on the road, not in the first game of the season, but this has been absolute trash so far. Neubauer is tired, so we're going to bring in Zook. And File's got to come off too, Joshua Mies. We've made all 5 of our substitutions now. A triple change with 15 to go. Zook to throw it in. Conte in control. Plays it back. Zook taking his time. Don't know why. Leoncourt to Samir Shaheen. We've got to just be more creative and more positive here. Mies out wide. Fellhauer. Oh, he plays it around the side. Mies is in. Terrible shot, but it comes to Martinovic, his first goal of the season. And ELVERSBERG has gotten one back with less than 15 minutes to go. So I think we're going to turn the pressure on even more. This was a terrible touch by Mies. I mean, great pass, great vision by Fellhauer. Mies easily overtaken, but Horn making a massive mistake, just laying it out in front of his goal. Martinovic was there to make it a 2-1 game. So I think we're gonna shout some encouragement now. Probably should have demanded more, because you know that teams like when you get on their case. I mean, out wide, Conte, Darkawi, Martinovic turns, fires, and Mathania able to get his hands on it, but it's going to lead to a corner kick. Now, we don't have Rocheld on these. We don't have Vonner on these. We apparently have Zook on these. He sends it in, looking near post. Marquez tries to clear. Derholtz to Zook. Fellhauer, his shot blocked out. Another corner opportunity. 6 minutes left in regulation. Nürnberg 2, ELVERSBERG 1. Derholtz to take it from the far side. Lays it in. Leoncourt can't get his head on it. They don't clear it, though. Conte nods it down. Derholtz knocked off by Horn. Now, that was the same kind of tackle that earned us a penalty against us in the first half. No, I think that one happened outside of the box, but that definitely should have been a free kick. Leoncourt, you've got to do better than that. Fed to Afolayan, knocked away. DeFerner is there. Christoph, though, makes himself huge. Just what on earth is this team doing? Oh, and Zook has picked up a knock. Still okay to go, but he may not be available for the rest of this match. I may need to find a third player who could play left back. I guess in a pinch, I could move Fellhauer over there. And Cisse, obviously not in this match because I don't have any subs left, and he wasn't even on the subs bench. Cisse can technically play that right back position, and this is going to end. Well, we've got a free kick. We've got a chance. Derholtz looking for Martinovic. Overcooks it. It goes out. It's going to be a goal kick for Nürnberg if they even allow it to happen. Nope, there it is. There's the whistle. Now, it could have been worse. It looked like it was going to be worse after the first half. We had a much better second half, and we enjoyed most of the momentum until the very end of the match. Martinovic actually named player of the match with a 7.4 over Jens Kastrup. So, okay. So we'll say that they did themselves proud. They pulled themselves up by their bootstraps, our reserves. But we are in 13th place. We are one of the many teams that did not win in the first week of the season, but we only have a -1 goal difference, so there is still plenty of time for us to turn things around. Grinterfjord at home is next. We've got the first round of the DFB Pokal. We're going to play all that off camera. We're going to come back at the end of August for the match at home against Schalke. If you've enjoyed the series so far and this video, make sure you hit that like button. Let me know in the comments what you've thought so far. If there's anything you'd like to see that I am not doing, I definitely appreciate all your input. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and come on back for more South by Sudvest when we see you next time. Until then, bye-bye.